Delta Airlines is set to cut its in-flight service on hundreds of daily short flights, with those under 349 miles, or about 558 kilometers, no longer featuring in-flight meals, snacks or drinks. These changes are planned to come into effect from May 19th and will see short offerings such as Los Angeles to San Francisco be without any onboard in-flight service at all. So in this video we take a look at why Delta is removing in-flight service on around 450 daily flights, what this means for passengers, and the real reason airlines are moving in this direction. In total, the change will impact around 450 daily flights, with no in-flight offerings now planned. This mirrors the current system for flights under 250 miles, which is roughly 400 kilometers, while express service had been a feature on flights between 251 and 499 miles, which is about 401 to 798 kilometers. Here's where things get a bit mixed, because some flights are getting more service while others are losing it completely. Delta ultimately is changing its service guidelines for flights based on distance. Flights over 350 miles, that's around 560 kilometers, now include a full beverage provision covering around 600 daily flights. Those with shorter flight distances will lose this service altogether. According to The Travel, some travelers found pros and cons to both experience types, with many not being fans of the express service. It remains unclear whether basic amenities such as water will be on offer. The changes do not affect those in premium cabins, with first-class passengers still entitled to a full service on flights. Economy passengers, however, will be impacted by these changes from May 19th, with those in Delta Main and Delta Comfort. According to a Delta spokesperson, the changes have been officially confirmed. Beginning May 19th, Delta is adjusting onboard beverage service to create a more consistent experience across our network. Customers traveling in Delta Comfort and Delta Main on flights 350 miles and above will now receive full beverage and snack service, while shorter flights will no longer offer food and beverage service, with the exception of Delta First, which always receives full service. Even on the small number of flights without beverage service, our crew will continue to be visible, available, and focused on caring for our customers like they do on every flight. So what do these changes actually mean in practice? Coming into effect later this month, Delta economy passengers on short flights under 350 miles will see their onboard service wiped as the airline does away with onboard in-flight provisions. Those with flights exceeding 350 miles will now enjoy an upgraded onboard offering, with the dissolution of the express service and the introduction of a new full-service experience. While for short hops this is a visible downgrade, for the 600 daily flights that sit in the 350 to 499 mile range, they will see an upgrade to the full beverage and snacks menu. These new services, set to take off from spring, will ultimately make it easier for flight attendants operating short hops, which can sometimes struggle to complete the current offering within the time frame allowed, according to aviation insider John NYC. Delta's new service model is now entirely based on distance. Flights under 250 miles will continue with no food or beverage service, just like before. But now flights between 251 and 349 miles, which previously had express service, will also lose service completely. From there, things shift. Flights between 350 and 499 miles, which used to have limited express service, will now be upgraded to full service, and any flight over 500 miles will continue to receive full onboard service as well. As detailed in the table above, this outlines the airline's plans. It's believed this is unlikely to affect the carrier's Net Promoter Score, or NPS, and is expected to improve overall customer satisfaction. To understand this shift, it helps to look at what Delta has offered in the past. Historically, Delta has not offered food or beverage service on flights under 250 miles since 2015, and the change from full to express service was introduced in 2017 for flights under 349 miles. Changes were made to the current plan in 2021, when flights between 350 and 499 miles were adjusted to the Express onboard offering. The airline is confident that the new offering will work and has been working with customer data and conducting operational test flights to ensure the service is fit for purpose. Standards are expected to improve on flights under 350 miles, as crew members have been struggling to reach the back of the plane in time. While it's likely that there will be some negative customer feedback in the beginning, ultimately airlines must continually review their onboard experience and make suitable adjustments to ensure that all passengers receive the same treatment. So, which US airlines are still offering snacks on short flights? Delta's move to cut service on flights below 350 miles makes the airline slightly more restrictive than most of its rivals. For example, American Airlines and Southwest Airlines both maintain service on flights over 250 miles, while United Airlines occupies the middle ground with a 300-mile threshold. This means that among legacy carriers, Delta has the highest minimum distance for snack service at 350 miles. Delta's shortest eligible routes are now roughly equivalent to a flight from New York to Detroit or Los Angeles to San Francisco. Budget carriers like Allegiant, Frontier, and formerly Spirit do not offer complimentary snacks on flights, instead offering a buy-on-board model service as a source of ancillary revenue. So, what's the real reason airlines are cutting service on short flights? Although cost efficiency is an important factor in any airline's decisions, reducing service on short-haul segments is primarily about the operational challenges flight attendants face during quicker flights. Although gate-to-gate they may last over an hour, the service window on flights under 350 miles is very short, giving flight attendants minimal time to complete a full cabin service. The crew will often have as little as 15 minutes to serve all passengers on board, while also juggling other important duties. This can force flight attendants to rush their service, an operational reality that isn't conducive to passengers' satisfaction. Additionally, passengers at the back of the plane may be disappointed if they aren't reached in time before the plane descends. In Delta's case, while its express service will disappear on all flights under 350 miles, flights in the 350 to 499 miles bracket are upgrading from the limited express menu to a full service menu. Ultimately, Delta's move reflects a shift in how airlines think about short-haul flying. Instead of trying to offer everything on every flight, they're focusing on what can be delivered well and removing what cannot. Whether that improves the experience or makes it feel more limited will depend on how passengers respond over time. What do you think? Does removing service on short flights make sense from an operational perspective, or does it take away an important part of the travel experience? Let us know by leaving a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more aviation content. See you next time. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles and a podcast every week. Visit simpleflying.com.